Namaste. In the last video posted on this channel, I had explained how all the different agitations that have happened since Narendra Modi took office as Prime Minister of India, including the farmers' protest that is currently going on in Delhi, are all linked and are part of an ongoing program to systematically undermine Indian democracy and the ability of Indian people to make laws for ourselves through our elected representatives. If you haven't watched that video yet, please go back and watch it now. And while you are there, please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so you are alerted whenever I post a new video. Since I posted that video, the radical leftists who have been orchestrating these agitations have decided to take the farmers' protests to the next level by involving their international collaborators and celebrities. So we have foreigners like a washed up pop singer, a porn star, a supposed teenager climate change activist, the niece of the supposedly Indian origin American vice president, assorted Hollywood actors, activists and journalists. They've all expressed concerns about the supposedly grave human rights violations that the protesting farmers are allegedly facing, and the threat to the environment because of the new farm laws passed by the Indian Parliament, which was, by the way, in total adherence to the constitutional provisions of our country. In this vlog, we will examine the validity of these two concerns in a bit. But first, a couple of points about these foreigners trying to claim a say in what laws can be made by the elected representatives of Indian people. A lot of people are trolling the teenage environmental activist on Twitter. But I personally think we Indians should thank her for inadvertently leaking what is called the toolkit that was being used to orchestrate this agitation and possibly all the previous similar agitations that have happened in our country since 2014. So a big thank you to Greta. The toolkit had detailed plans to defame India as a country and the strategy to target our government at the international stage. There are two particular points that caught my attention, and these highlight how sinister the people behind this agenda are. First is they want to destroy the yoga and chai image of India in the world. Now tell me, why would what does chai or yoga have anything to do with farmers or farm laws? How will destroying India's image help farmers of India? So it is pretty clear. Those behind these issues do not care for farmers or the farm laws. What they want is to destroy India's standing at the international stage. They realize that ever since the current government under Narendra Modi has come to power, India's image at world stage has increased quite a bit. This has further solidified after the recent vaccine diplomacy that the government has launched. And these people want to destroy that hard work. Second point of note in the toolkit is that they want to target the Indian businesses. They specifically named Ambani and Adani businesses. Now, why would anyone who is a friend of India or India's people want to do that? Why would you want to destroy the source of income and employment and potential prosperity to millions of Indians? So clearly, whoever is behind these agitations is not a friend of India or her people, but they are all well-funded enemies of our country. Another character in this internationalizing the farmers' protest drama is the niece of the newly elected American vice president. Her comments reveal an interesting dimension of this drama and reveal the kind of people who are behind this. Remember, in the last vlog, I had told you that the series of agitations that have happened since Modi became Prime Minister was actually the left liberals' way of punishing us Hindus because they hold us primarily responsible for them losing power. The comments from this famous niece confirm my observations. Her tweets have been nothing but a shameless demonstration of Hindu phobia. It's all been about Hindu majoritarianism, Hindu tyranny, Hindu fascism, Hindu this, Hindu that. Now tell me, where did Hinduism creep into the matter of farmers' issues? Is she trying to say that the new farm laws somehow only benefit Hindus of our country? This is yet another clear proof that this international propaganda in support of rioting farmers is got nothing to do with farm laws or farmers' welfare. Now, let's look at the two main concerns of these international humanists. First, they allege that the government has been committing grave human rights violations against the protesting farmers. Now, what are these human rights violations? According to them, the government has disconnected internet in the area where these farmers have been blockading the highway. Apparently, this is a human rights violation. In that case, we didn't even have human rights in most of India till 2 or 3 years earlier because we didn't have much internet connectivity in these areas before Ambani's Jio became a reality. And what did these protesting farmers do? They went around in Punjab destroying hundreds of mobile connection towers, and thereby they destroyed the internet connectivity of thousands and lakhs of mobile users. So by going by the logic of these international humanists, it is the farmers who have actually violated the human rights of other Indians. Let's not go by the first world snowflake definition of human rights of these Hollywood humanists. Even if we go by the traditional definition of human rights, we should ask, were these people not present in this world on 26th of January? When hundreds of policemen and women were mercilessly assaulted and attempted to be murdered by these so-called Annadatas. What happened to the human rights when protesters tried to run over police with tractors? These people love calling Modi things like fascist, Hitler, etc. But have you ever seen them talk about what is happening in our neighboring country? Like ever? There is real fascism going on right now there. There are actual concentration camps for Muslims in that country where women are being sterilized and men are being re-educated to cure them of Islam as if it's some sort of a disease. Have you ever heard these humanists express concern for the human rights violations happening in that country? No, you did not and you will not. Do you know why? Because it is a communist country. And anything done in pursuit of the great Marxist ideology can never be wrong according to these people. The second concern of these international humanists is about the environmental cause of the farm laws. Do they even know what they are talking about? Do they even know about the kind of environmental destruction caused by the farmers in the North Indian states, especially in Punjab and Haryana? Have they heard about the stubble burning that happens ahead of November every year and turns the air in most of North India into an unbreathable poison? Do they know that one demand of these protesting farmers is that government withdraw the law that tries to control this menace of stubble burning? Do they know that the indiscriminate use of chemical fertilizers and pesticides by these farmers has virtually turned Punjab into the cancer capital of India? Have they even heard of the cancer trains that travel between Punjab and Rajasthan every week carrying cancer patients because of the kind of pollution of soil and water in that state because of indiscriminate use of chemicals? So clearly these tweet happy celebrities know nothing about what they are talking. They are doing this clearly as part of some international agenda or a paid propaganda. It is a reflection of their Western privilege which makes them think, how can these backward Indians know better than us? How can they make laws for themselves? Even if these type of laws are there in our countries and are benefiting our farmers right now, they should listen to us, the enlightened Westerners, and they should run their country according to our wishes. It is this kind of thinking that is driving this kind of tweet activism. Let us be clear about one thing. What is going on in Delhi now is not a farmers' protest. It is a protest by a small group of wealthy farmers from Punjab and Haryana who fear that the new laws will take away their privileges and dominant position that they have been enjoying for last several decades at the expense of poor small scale farmers. There is no doubt that these laws will help the poor farmers with small land holdings to get better income from their hard work. These laws will make farming profitable by freeing farmers from the bondage to middlemen. At all costs, we should support the government in implementing these laws. We should not let any pressure from any vested interest or any international force deter us from ensuring that the largest workforce in our country gets a shot at realizing the full potential of their labor. That's all for this bite from the basement. I hope you liked the video. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share this video with your family and friends. Till I see you again, Namaste.